Hi, everyone. I want to show you guys today how you can take a Google form, turn it into a quiz, put it into your Google Classroom for your students to fill out and take, and then have the grades automatically uploaded and then automatically imported into your Aeries. All right, so let's go through the process. It begins with making a quiz. So I have my form, I have made my title, and I've made my all my questions with the answers. And the way that this answer key popped up for me is here I went into settings and then I clicked on the button that says make this a quiz. And then one setting in here that is really important to have is coming down here to where the responses are and make it so that the collecting email addresses is verified. If you make it where you do not collect, then you won't be able to import any grades. And if you put responder input, you run the risk of the students not putting their email in correctly. So you want to be verified that make sure that they are logged in when they are taking the quiz. All right, so I've made this a quiz and I've done all of my questions. Now, the next step, and it's the new step from Google, is to actually push this button up here that says publish. And there's a couple of things that go into this. So your students won't be able to see this quiz until you actually publish it. So I'm going to click on publish, but then the default that pops up here is responders are specific people. And that's not what I want at all. What I actually want is to make it where all of my students can access it. So I clicked on manage, and then I'm going to come down here to where it says general access and editor view. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm the only one that I want to be able to edit this. But under responder view, I'm going to click on where it says East Whittier City School District. And that's going to allow the students in our district to go ahead and take this quiz. If you wanted this to go out to parents or people outside of the East Whittier City School District, then you would click on anyone with a link. But for our purposes, for what we are doing with the quiz with our students, I'm going to go ahead and click on our school district's name. Once I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and click done. And now at this point, I do need to click the word that says publish. This will make it so that it is accessible to my students. If you don't publish it, your students won't be able to see it. But even if you do publish it, your students aren't going to be able to access it until you give them the quiz either in Google Classroom or you give them the link to it in some way. So don't worry about publishing and your students having access to it. They don't have access to it until you actually give them the access. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now that I have it published, I'm going to go into my Google Classroom and I am going to create my quiz. So when you go into Google Classroom, you usually start you on your stream. I'm going to click on where it says classwork, and I'm going to create. Now you have an option here. You can create an assignment. You could create a quiz assignment if you want as well. But that usually pops up a blank form, and you have to delete that form and then upload your other form. So I don't generally use quiz assignment here. I just do assignment. So once I have done assignment, I'm going to go ahead and give it a title, and I'm going to call it quiz 8 because it's the eighth quiz of the semester. And then I'm going to come down here. You can put in instructions, whatever you want to do for your students. But then I'm going to come down here to where it says attach, and I'm going to find this in my drive. And since this was the last thing that I had open in my drive, it's actually going to be the most recent thing in it. So when I click on recent up here, it is going to be the first thing because it was the last thing that I had opened. And this is the one that I want to give them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my eighth quiz. And then the blue button down here that says attach, I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now it has turned into a quiz assignment. I can, at this point, decide whether or not locked mode is going to go on. And then I can decide on grade importing. We want to be able to import the grades, so we're going to leave that checked as yes. Now, over on the right side here, you can decide which class you want it to go to, or you can pick the students you want it to go to, the due date topic, all those good things that you do for all of your other assignments. For me, I'm going to leave all of that alone, and I'm just going to go ahead and assign this quiz. Now, there's a little glitch right now going on with Google Classroom and Forms that I want to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my quiz so you can see what it looks like. And I have none of them have been turned in yet, and I assigned it to my two students. I only have two students in my demo classroom, but I'm going to go ahead and click on to assign so I can see who it has been assigned to. So I've got it here, Darkwing Duck, I've got Jane Doe, and I've got this button here that says import grades. Now I want you to see what happens to this button that says import grades when one of my students fills it out. So I have here, Darkwing Duck is going to take this quiz right now. I'm looking off to the side because I'm taking it as Mr. Duck. So he has taken the quiz and he is going to submit it. And now, as that submit happens, I want you guys to see what happens on our screen. We now have where it says two are assigned. Once it processes, the students have turned it in. So only Darkwing Duck has turned his assignment in. It's going to take like just another little bit. There it is. You'll notice that that import grades button kind of grayed out and disappeared, and I cannot click on that anymore. So what's happening here is this button is actually turning into this question mark. So for whatever reason, import grades, the whatever has programmed this button to do, turned into this question mark. And I'll show you that in just a second. But I'm going to have my other student, I'm going to have Jane Doe go ahead and do the assignment as well. I want you to see what happens when Jane Doe does the assignment. So Jane is going to do here. We're going to click submit. Okay. Now, again, it's going to take just a minute, but we're going to have Jane Doe. There it is. And you'll notice that that import grades button popped back up. For whatever reason, this is the glitch that's happening. Now, if I click here and I refresh my screen, it grays out again. I don't know what's going on, but that's what's going on. That's what I'm noticing as I am have been playing with this. But the thing that we have here is this import disabled button. I have this button, this question mark, which is essentially our import grade. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this button. You'll see it's going to come up with the import grades. Are you sure you want to? And the answer is yes, I want to import. And you'll see now at this point, Darkwing Duck got a 10 out of 15 and Jane Doe got a 15 out of 15. So this question mark is the import grades button. I don't know why. All right, now at this point, if I want to get these grades into my Aeries gradebook, I'm going to go ahead and click on where it says turned in, and I'm going to return these grades. It is important for you to return the grades to the students. You cannot import it into Aeries until you have returned the grades back to the students. So now they can see their grades. It is all set up. Now I'm going to come over here to my Aeries gradebook. So I gave the quiz, the students took the quiz, we imported the grades into Google Classroom, and now I'm going to make the assignment in my Aeries. So I'm going to go ahead and click on assignments. I'm going to add assignment, and I'm going to say it is quiz 8. It is out of 15. It was done today. It is an assessment. I don't need to change any of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and click save and close. And now I have quiz 8 right here. I'm going to go ahead now and open this assignment where I can enter the scores. So I just clicked on the assignment name and I'm going to click on enter scores. When you go to enter scores, you have this arrow that is hiding like this treasure trove of options for you. I'm going to go ahead and click on that arrow that says show more. Once I've clicked on that, I have this very lovely button here that says import from Google. I'm going to go ahead and click on import from Google. And now when I do that, all of my classes that I would have a Google Classroom for would pop up here. I only have one for my demo school. I have Language Arts 8, but you might have multiple ones here. You just find the class that you're trying to import the grade from, click on it, and then once you've done that, all of the assignments that you have in that Google Classroom. So I've got all of these assignments in my Google Classroom. Any assignment that you have there will pop up. You got to find the right one that you want to import from. So mine was quiz 8. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that that's what I want. And now you will see my 2 scores have been imported successfully. And when I look at my assignment, Jodo, who is also Jane Doe, has a 15 out of 15, and Darkwing Duck got his 10 out of 15. All right, so that is how to use forms to create quizzes that will automatically be graded and imported into Google Classroom, which then can be transferred and imported into our Aeries gradebook. All right, I hope that helps. Have a great day.